What are some of the barriers for entrepreneurship?
I have never talked about poverty, and certainly never talked about my poverty growing up. And growing up with a single mom and 4 other siblings, and just not having resources, and never ever thinking about starting a business or employing people. It just never came to my mind. I look at Dwayne and think about his story.
Normal kid, a lot of poverty, a whole lot of poverty. My family was not, I wasn't born in any type of generational wealth. How's it going?
I'm good, sir. Michael.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Last year, my revenues was $2.4 million to be exact. And this year, I'm expected to exceed over $4 million.
And how many people will build out will this spot and the other spots you have employ?
I would say about 30 people.
Oh, wow.
To make it work, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do we help those who are in the fringes make that transition, not just culturally into the life of the U.S., but the business life of the U.S.?
And a lot of other things started coming up, like, oh, well, you need the website, you need a CPA, you need a bookkeeper, all these things.
That was the impulse for me as soon as I could to start the Latin Business Institute for Spanish speakers to learn entrepreneurship. I mean, if we're really trying to get people out of poverty, don't we have to start serving people in poverty? Why is the requirement that you already have to have made it to a certain point to be able to get to the next level?
Like, we went from being able to make, clothing for the red carpet to like, nobody's going to any events. So what do? He's like, hey, let's make masks for people, right? Like we can do that. We can make surgical gowns for hospitals, etc. I will say this, that I also think that we need to consider historical inequalities as well, and having direct programs for specific population.
Look at the numbers. Over the last 10 years, less than 10% of SBA 504 loans, that's the program, have gone to Latino-owned businesses to own commercial real estate. But for African-American-owned businesses, less than 2% have gone to those business owners, and yet they're growing at rates north of 30% pre-pandemic. So what's the barrier to entry? It's down payment.
I think oftentimes when people think about poverty, they think about the war on poverty and government programs were a part of the solution. But the biggest antidote to poverty is true opportunity, and government sort of getting out the way where it's burdensome and getting out the way where it's extractive. And also just allowing people to serve the needs of their neighbors and just get a little bit of help. Like, just what's the loan you have? What's that like? That's all some folks need. I think that's incredibly powerful and important part of the story to tell. That folks who are economically insecure or living in poverty still have agency, still have ideas, still have talent, still have intellect, but they'll also always have the resources and opportunities, and government can be a powerful level for equalizing opportunity and allowing people to be entrepreneurial.